Afternoon, gang. Happy lunch hour. So, still Thursday. All right. So, I want to talk about something that seems to come up in the comments quite a bit, and the fact that apparently we've got all the trolls out there again. But not a big deal. But I just want to kind of enlighten some people on some of the lunacy they're talking about. Uh, I get a kick out of the people that are going, "Oh, I'm pro-Russia in this." Now, if you think anybody'd be pro-Russia, it might be me and Mrs. P. Okay, that ain't the truth. All right, we do not want to see this. And I love the ones who are saying you're pro-Ukraine. No, I'm not. I'm not pro either side. This just needs to end. Okay. Problem is that's not going to happen. There was a 90-minute call this morning for us, this evening for Europe, between Macron, who seems to be leading the way because God knows Joe can't, and Putin. And after the call, Macron basically came out and said, prepare for the worst, because Putin did not give any sort of assurances that anything was off the table. And Putin said that Russia is going to continue to completely do everything they're doing for the denazification and the disarmament of Ukraine. Okay? Like he has any say in the matter over what another country does. Not a big deal. All right? But then Zelensky also said, we're not surrendering under any conditions, and certainly putting a gun to our head is no way to do it. All right, so Macron's get ready for it to get worse before it gets better is, prepare for the worst, I think is correct. Now, the interesting part is how this is being perceived by so many people in the West, taking the side of Russia, taking the side of Ukraine, or like me, not taking either side. Okay, I love some of the comments that I get. Oh, you're just bowing down to Klaus Schwab and George Soros. Really? Have you ever watched my channel? Okay, it's just kind of interesting to see how much mental midgets we have sometimes who like to chime in. But, the funny part is when people say, oh, Russia's fighting against the New World Order. Yeah, in a way they are. But they're not fighting to go back to freedom. They're fighting for a different New World Order, okay? Klaus Schwab, George Soros, all these want this uber-liberal, green fairy tale, fairy dust and unicorn New World Order. Okay? That's what they want. Certainly I don't. However, Putin and Xi want a new world order too, a complete totalitarian world where they are in charge. I don't want that one either, okay? Now, the funny part is when you get into the conservative liberal paradigm here. And that works in Western nations for the most part, okay? Liberalism is we want to change everything. Conservatism is we want to keep the status quo. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Okay, and liberals just have the tendency to find that everything is broken in their mind. Okay, it's why, pick something. It's, oh my God, that's because of racism. It's we got too much rain in North Dakota this week. It's because of racism. That's the difference. That doesn't work when you start talking about dictatorships, communist countries, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. If you look at conservatism, it's keeping the status quo, doing the same thing. What would technically be conservatism in Putin's mind? That would be communism. Liberalism there would be changing to something different. What would be conservatism in Xi Jinping's China? Keeping him as, the dear leader, God, the communist ideals. Liberalism would be changing it. So this is what I'm saying. The conservative liberalism paradigm does not work the way we think about it when you were talking about these other countries. You know, you look at some of these thought processes they have on how they would want a new world order. That would be them completely being in control. I don't want that, okay? Hence the reason I am not pro-Russia on this one, okay? Certainly, I don't believe in invading foreign countries with no reason whatsoever. Believe it or not, guys, I was not a supporter of Afghanistan, okay? Fine. Let them live in the 800s or the 1000 ADs and be complete idiots and not let the world, not move forward with the world. If that's the conservatism they want, fine. That's their life. Just don't expect me to ever want to go there, all right? If they want to change it, that's up to them, not up to us. I am 100% against nation building. You guys know that. And, I've told you many times, I am a firm believer, always have been since I was old enough to understand politics and isolationism. Screw the rest of the world. Look out for number one first. Okay, and I've said it many times. When every kid in this country goes to bed with a full belly, under a roof with a blanket over him, then we can think about giving the first penny to some other country somewhere. I don't care. All right, I want to look out for ours first. That's the same thing that we need to be doing in this. Yes, we need to be paying attention, but as for sending troops in, your sons and daughters, your grandsons and granddaughters, my daughter, hell freaking no. All right? Sorry, this ain't our fight. If it comes here, sure. If it comes onto NATO soil, which Trump was trying to get us out of NATO, which we should have, okay? Sick and tired of paying for Europe to defend themselves while they sit back and laugh that we're wasting our tax money to protect them and they don't want to do it themselves. This is the thing. If it comes on NATO soil, okay, then we need to deal with it somehow. But Ukraine is one of the most corrupt countries in the world. Okay. Gee, let's think about it. Why would Hunter Biden be able to make millions of dollars? Why did the big guy get 10%? Well, it's because of corruption. Gee, why would Joe be able to say, fire that prosecutor who's going after my son, or your aid is done? Oh, I don't know, maybe because they're corrupt. Okay. So, no. This is not supporting Schwab. This is not supporting Soros. This is not supporting Russia. This is not supporting Ukraine, which citizens of the United States, patriots, okay, or citizens of Canada, or citizens of Australia, or citizens of Germany or England or France or anything like that should all say no. Kind of the same way a lot of the citizens in Russia are saying no, that this isn't going to, that they don't support this. This is a war. This is Putin's war, like I said this morning. All right? And the Russian troops who are marching through the streets of Ukraine, hope to God they think about their mothers, their fathers, their sons, their daughters, their brothers, their sisters, and say, screw this. We've seen the stories on some of them. Whether or not they're true, who knows, because there's so much misinformation coming out about this, of troops saying, we were told this was just exercises, we were never told we had to shoot people, blah, 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 blah. Okay. If the soldiers don't want to do it, that's fine. There's got to be love of country, following orders, absolutely. But again, ultimately, the one who has to answer to the man upstairs is each one of us on an individual basis. Nobody's going to be able to go up to St. Peter and say, well, I was told to do it, so therefore I did. I want you to all think about that. And for all the trolls who are dogging this channel on the video, right here, Pinball out.